It's a pleasure to be here on this Monday morning, especially after a really exciting victory this past Saturday in the Red River Classic. We came away with a 41-15 victory against Texas Southern, and I was very, very pleased with our performance on offense and defense. Then for the most part, special teams wise, there was a couple of lulls in there on our kickoff cover team, but we're very, very pleased with the results. I thought us having 22 first downs with over 250 plus yards rushing and 200 yards passing, which was a balanced attack, really helped us to solidify the victory. Defensively, we did a really good job of negating their passing game and also stopping them from throwing the football effectively. So it was very, very good to see us play a complete ball game for the most part and really take care of business in a rainy type atmosphere. But we still have a lot of work to do. We're actually preparing this week for ArkansasPine Bluff to go over there for their homecoming and really take care of business and playing the way we are capable of playing in order to be where we want to be in the end. Any questions?
How do you feel heading into this weekend, knowing you can kind of wrap things up with a win, which is obviously the goal to wrap up a SWAC title and play for the SWAC championship?
Yeah, our goal has always been to win the conference championship, and this is just another notch on our belt in order to get closer to that. Our kids understand the importance of playing the right way and being focused and playing with passion and playing with juice, so to speak. So we know we're going into a hostile environment. Pine Bluff, they're having a tough season, which makes it even more tough for us because they're going to give us everything they got and they're going to throw everything at us, including the kitchen sink. So we have to be prepared and focused for everything because we all know when you're in search of trying to get another victory or trying to get your first conference victory, you'll do just about anything in order to do that. So we have to be prepared for all of that.
Looking back at the game against Texas Southern, what was, you think, the overall positives from that game?
I thought the overall positives was the way we came out and attacked them. I thought our first couple of groups did a really good job of being aggressive, playing with passion, really negating them from crossing the 50-yard line for the most part. And then we were able to run the football effectively and then make some throws in there. And then some of our guys made some big plays, which allowed us to put the ball in the end zone. So when you look at the way we came out and played, I thought they weren't able to match the intensity that we were actually performing with.
On the flip side of that, what were the things that you think we need to improve on?
The negative for me is I think we got to do a little bit better on our kickoff cover unit. We've got to cover the field a little bit better to really get guys down and force guys to drive the length of the field in order to score points on us. But then also too, I thought our reserves have got to play better. We don't give those guys any excuses. For us, they have to perform the same way that our starters are actually performing. So they understand that now after an in-depth meeting yesterday, talking with them about the importance of practicing the right way and playing the right way, so we can be effective, for the future.
Will you talk about being able to wrap things up this weekend, or will it be business as usual, or how do you approach that, considering it is, I know you only say this game, but technically it is this game.
Right, and it is, and for us, it doesn't change, just like week one, when we talked about, it doesn't matter the climate, it doesn't matter the weather. For us, it's more about ArkansasPine Bluff and what they do. And we'll go back and look at all of the accolades after we complete it. But for right now, we're just trying to focus on what they do offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game, so we can go out and have a good performance. For me, it's all about how we play, more so than anything, and I can't be more pleased with this past week's performance by our guys of how they perform.
Broderick, the fact that since the beginning of the season and now that the only thing that really concerns you is your kickoff coverage and your reserves tells you how far this team has come and matured.
Yeah, and I think they're understanding the importance, of doing things the right way. Success helps that. Anytime you're successful doing things a certain way, and then you have the talent to do it, I think they're starting to understand. I think it's clicking for them now, and it really does help us as a coaching staff to understand that what we're doing and trying to get across to them is actually sinking in.
Jonathan is up there in passing touchdowns in the country, and you always kind of use the basketball reference and him being a point guard. How do you think that has helped mindset-wise in terms of distribution? Obviously, the stats have followed.
Well, I think that's always been, our mindset, and I think when you look at it from that perspective, and Jonathan, when he looks at it from that mindset, then he realizes that he doesn't always have to make the play. Really, it's just his job to get it in the playmakers' hands and allow them to make the plays. All he has to do is make the right decision, get us in and out of the right play. Every once in a while, he'll have to do something great for us, but for the most part, for him, it's just getting the ball to the playmakers and allowing them to do the work. And he's done a tremendous job with that. He deserves all of the accolades that he's getting, but I can tell you right now, knowing him, his focus is a lot more deeper than that, and for us, it's the same. It's about us being focused and taking down ArkansasPine Bluff and achieving the goals that we set at the beginning of the season.
So do you kind of look at the touchdown passes like assists in a basketball sense?
Exactly. That's basically how we look at it, and not just the touchdown passes, but also the completions. Every completion to me is an assist, even though it's not a point going in, but it helps us get closer to putting points on the board.
How important is it to get the young guys involved with the season, seeing that, we've kind of had some games and high scores, but we still had to have our guys in there to kind of close it out?
Well, it's huge, because what it does for your program is it allows you to practice with a certain type of tempo. When guys know that they're going to have an opportunity to play in football games, they practice better and they practice harder because they don't want to go out and embarrass themselves. But then also too, when your starters are not having to play as many snaps, then you're a lot better football team later on in the season. So for us, we want to make sure that we're able to play a lot of guys because it's important for us to do that so we can keep our strength later on in the season.
You got a number of seniors
Yes,
leaving, and how does that make you feel, and what do you have to say about their performance here over the time that they've been here?
And I'll tell you, this senior class has done an exceptional job. The people that brought them here deserve a lot of credit, for the number of players that is in this particular program. I remember, just this past Saturday looking at each one of them as they walked up and really thinking about, how much they've changed in the couple of years that we've been together. It really kind of started to bring me to tears, but I think it's always good, for guys to move on and understand that they have to move on in life and be successful in other areas. Some will continue to play this game, and then there will be others that will come in and play well as well. So I'm just excited to be a part of them and really share in their success.
Can you see kind of them putting everything in perspective, considering the growth and maturation they've had to go through, or they've been kind of forced to go through, considering what happened a couple of years ago to present day? Yeah,
and that's just part of life. We all have to go through things from time to time, and that's just part of it. I'm just pleased that they've shown the strength and the resolve in order to continue to fight, and that's just what we are. That's Grambling, and I think they're revealing, what Grambling is all about.
Bit off topic, I don't know how much you've paid attention to the Missouri situation, but can you, considering what happened here, maybe appreciate the solidarity of the team and what they're going through? There are some parallels, obviously some differences, but kind of a similar situation to what went on here a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in my opinion, when it comes to situations like that, my stand is, we all need to do a better job of getting to know each other. I think if we all understand and spend more time with each other, then we'll learn what's more offensive to each other. And that's, to me, that's what it's about. It's about getting to know each other. And when you know each other and you spend time with each other, then you'll know what offends, each other. And that's what it's about. And I believe this country has to do that. There has to be more of us spending time together to know each other for us to be effective. As a unit.
You think the situation here is maybe served as a benchmark a little bit, saying the players, we're not going to take it anymore, we're going to finally put our foot down and say we have a voice?
I don't know if this situation had anything to do with that, but I do know that, young people understand what needs to be done in order to be successful, and they want to be led in the right way. So kudos.